All right, guys, so we have Tweedledee and Tweedledum here today, okay? The race crusaders of the Democrat Party. Well, the whole party are race crusaders, but these people, right, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Cori Bush, are at the forefront of the culture war when it comes to race, right? And people on the left, right, the way they weaponize race is they weaponize it through victimhood, right? They're going to complain anytime things don't go their way in terms of who they think should be in charge, right? Who they think should be running the country and who they think should have power, right? And it's never about the diversity of ideas, which is what really actually matters, right? Skin color is irrelevant, right? If all you guys think the same, skin color does not make a damn bit of difference. It does not help you, right? It's about diversity of ideas, but not to these people, because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted in response to the bipartisan infrastructure package that's been agreed to between the Senate Democrats and Republicans. She says, good luck tanking your own party's investment on childcare, climate action, and infrastructure while presuming you'll survive a 3-vote House margin, especially after choosing to exclude members of color from negotiations and calling that a bipartisan accomplishment. Okay, so this is basically a threat from AOC to the Democrat establishment to say, listen, if you guys think that you're going to be able to pass this bill in the House without Biden's $3.5 trillion families plan on top of it, you have another thing coming, okay? And on top of that, not only are we pissed about the bill, we're also pissed that you did not have any people of color working on this negotiation, okay? That's what she's saying. And Cori Bush follows right along, right? She says, is this the Bipartisan Infrastructure Group or the audience at a Kid Rock concert? Hashtag negotiations so white. And then she has the cojones to tweet after this a reminder that reverse racism does not exist. You're right, Cori. Reverse racism does not exist. It's just racism. And you are a racist. Okay? You're a racist. You, along with AOC and the rest of the squad, you guys love weaponizing race to literally cause division in this country and to get absolutely nothing done. Your obsession with race is the reason why you will not be a part of any type of major legislation. You will not be in the conversation because you're somebody that can't be reasoned with. You think that people should just get a seat at the table because of their skin color, when that's not how life works. It has never worked that way, and it shouldn't ever work that way. Cori Bush is the same person that anytime somebody criticizes her, first thing she does is say, well, I'm a black woman, therefore you can't criticize me. You can't say anything about me. Then she turns around and says something racist about white people, towards white people. And if you respond, then she plays the victim card again. This is a perpetual cycle. Race is a circular conversation because there are people in this country that are incentivized to weaponize race in the form of victimhood in order to gain power, in order to absolve themselves of any type of responsibility, in order to openly say racist things and hateful rhetoric and not have to deal with the consequences of it because, well, reverse racism doesn't exist. I'm a certain color. I'm a certain sex. You can't criticize me. I can't be racist for my hateful rhetoric, right? I get a pass because I've been wronged. You owe me something. Guys, this is what this comes from. This is why you have so many people in today's society that think that they should be entitled to something because they've been brainwashed to believe that, well, nobody can criticize me or say anything to me because, well, you know, I'm a victim. I'm a part of some victim group. And because of this brainwashing, a lot of these people, a lot of young people, unfortunately, are clueless in terms of how the world works. But here's a clue. The world does not owe you shit. Nobody owes you shit. You don't just get to be a part of major negotiations when it comes to legislation just because of your skin color. That's not a pass to be a part of something like that. We're talking about major legislation that is going to have a substantial effect on this country. Skin color is not a qualification. I'm sorry. Experience is a qualification. Background is a qualification, right? You don't have any experience. You've only been there for like 5 or 6, 7 months. You don't have any experience. Do you have any experience with infrastructure? Have you ever worked for like a construction company? Have you been a consultant? Have you done anything at all when it comes to infrastructure? Have any of the other black people in the Senate, Cory Booker, Raphael Warnock, I think those are the 2 black senators. Okay, you got Tim Scott. Tim Scott does a lot with the Republican Party, right? He's very involved with the Republican Party. But the 2 Democratic senators, Cory Bush and Raphael Warnock, do they have experience and expertise in this area? Because if they don't, then maybe that's the reason why they're not a part of this. Or maybe they just didn't volunteer. Maybe they didn't think that this was a priority. Maybe that's it. Maybe they were unwilling to be bipartisan, to negotiate with the establishment Republicans. Maybe they were unwilling to do that. And see, the reality is that if these 2 lawmakers, they could be much more effective at their jobs if they let go of the race narrative. More people will be so much open to hearing what they have to say if they just stop trying to weaponize race. Because they want to go this route, they will only be popular on social media. They will only have relevance on social media because they will never be in a position where they will be a part of any type of real conversation, because these are not people that you can have real conversations with. The leader of the socialists, Bernie Sanders, wasn't even a part of this conversation, right? He's the budget guy in the Senate. He's the budget guy. And he wasn't really even a part of these negotiations. He's white. So apparently, being white wasn't an invitation, right? That wasn't the only characteristic you needed to have to be a part of this conversation. And quite honestly, guys, I mean, listen, this group of lawmakers may not be diverse racially, right? And there's probably a lot of people on the right and the left that don't like any of these people, okay? There's probably a lot of dislike here for these people. But one thing I can say is that, hey, there's a good mix of men and women, right? That's what leftists ask for, right? They want diversity of sex, right? You even got an LGBTQ senator in here. See, LGBTQ representing. It is technically bipartisan, right? So it's a little politically diverse, even though it's all establishment. These are all establishment people. So you got a little bit of diversity. But guys, could you imagine if this was a white politician, right? Not Cori Bush, a white politician, white woman that said, negotiations so black, right? Basically saying that the negotiations are too black. You have too many black people in these negotiations. Therefore, we have to put more white people in these negotiations. She'd be smeared as a racist. She would be smeared as a racist. Everybody will be calling her out. You can't say that. But Cori Bush, on the other hand, I guarantee you, she's one of these people that thinks that, oh, no white people should be a part of the Black Caucus. If you think that no white people should be a part of the Black Caucus, why the hell are you complaining about the Bipartisan Infrastructure Group being all white? Where do you get any room to complain about diversity? When it comes to your groups, you don't allow diversity. You want special privileges. These people are not for equal rights, guys. They keep saying that, but every time you look, they never want equality. They just want preference. They want handicaps. They want handouts. They don't want to work for anything. They just want to victimize themselves all day. And then say, you owe me something. Give me something. Rules for me, not for thee. We can have an all-black caucus. Even if you're white and you represent a black district, a primary black district, if your constituents are black but your face is white, we don't care. You still can't be a part of our conversation. And these same people want to complain about an infrastructure group being all white. And again, this club is not exclusively white. You have an exclusively black club. This is just lawmakers that are willing to negotiate, right? To be moderate and have some experience, right? The relevant expertise for this area. Or at least you would think, some people may say Romney's unqualified to do anything. Some people may have a problem with some of these people. But I'm just saying, and I believe that AOC is a part of the Hispanic caucus. Are you inviting any white people to the Hispanic caucus? Okay, are you inviting them to your club, to your group? Because if you're not, like Cori Bush, how are you complaining? How can you be complaining? And I just want to be clear. That is constructive criticism of Cori Bush, right? She's a politician. She's a public figure. I'm criticizing her simply because of her rhetoric and because she's a politician, right? And I have issues with her as a politician weaponizing race, right? That's my issue. The division that she causes. And AOC is kind of right up there with her in terms of doing the same exact thing. And what they don't understand is that is the reason why they will never have a seat at the table. They will never be a part of the conversation because serious people, serious politicians, right? People that are serious about legislating don't weaponize race. That's not what they lead with. Everybody in that panel, I can tell you, I don't hear much from them in regards to the race conversation. Sorry, their priority is not race, black and brown people. That's why they're legislating, right? That's why they're legislating. Maybe you can learn something from that. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.